Hello and welcome to the JomezPro Final 9 at Smugglers Notch Resort. I'm Jeff Spring, the course designer here at Smugglers Notch Disc Golf Center. Today we're going to be seeing the play of 5 different players from the JomezPro Final 9 just before the Green Mountain Championship, and I'm joined here by my co-host, Chris Young, the president of the Green Mountain Disc Golf Club. Hey Chris, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks Jeff. Really happy to be here. This is the kickoff event for the Green Mountain Championships, and I want to thank Jomez for coming out and joining us for this, and of course Smugglers Notch for hosting us for this really, really fun event.
Yeah, so the players played 18 holes and they all have scores. We're going to check in on that shortly, but we're getting right into the action here. Here's hole 1. We played 1 hole on Brewster Ridge and then the 8 holes on Fox Run that are close. So Fox Run Meadows is 18 holes, goes around a basin, and here we are. And you're introducing our first player, our leader in the clubhouse, Mike Habets.
Yeah, Mike shot a really nice first round, and he finds himself in the lead here.
Mike is one of the top players in New England, and as we go through this recording, we're going to hear a lot more about him. But off the tee, it looks like he's pulled it a little right and got knocked down. He'll have to negotiate the trees on the right to get up and down for par, Chris.
Yeah, the right side is really tough to get out of. The left side may be a little bit more manageable, but it's tough on the right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Better to miss on the left here, but here we have Dutch Napier, and Dutch is teeing off, throwing a forehand. He is actually a touring pro who snuck in here. Some might say bagging. I'm not quite sure I'll go that far, but I'll put it out there, and looks like his forehand came up a little short.
Yeah, Dutch has played a couple of these Final 9 events that Jomez is doing, and so he was really excited to be out here joining us, and really great guy to play with.
Yeah, and of course we love Dutch at Smugs. He's been up a couple times. We always love having him in the Green Mountain State as we watch a local advanced player, Clayton Davis, throw a forehand off the tee, and I think that's going to be a theme for him throughout the event.
Yeah, Clayton, as Jeff said, is a local player that throws almost all sidearms.
So his sidearm actually worked out better than the first 2 throws. It looks like he's kind of on just inside the circle for a birdie putt on this opening hole. Here's one of our favorite locals, a good friend of both of ours, Jordan Potvin. Looks like Jordan's a little left off the tee. Not position A for Jordan.
Yeah, I missed this event by 1 stroke, and I told Jordan, well, I guess I'm carrying your bag, so that's what I did. This was all about having fun, and Jordan will have a tough time there.
Yeah, maybe you put the pressure on him with the caddy and everything, but he should be able to handle that. And this is 15-year-old Tom Shanley with a nice forehand. He's going to have about a 45-foot putt, but Tom's one of the best up-and-coming players in the state, and as I said, only 15 years old as we see Jordan pitch out, and that's a great out for him.
Yeah, definitely. Mike's got a little work to do, but really not a problem for Mike. He's really good at those out of the wood shots. So
yeah, and he ended up being on the edge, so he didn't have too much as we see Dutch.
Wow. That's Dutch's patented Flying Dutchman putt, and that was a thing of beauty.
That was pretty incredible. He looks pretty excited about it, too. Unbelievable start to this. He has a couple strokes to make up on Mike as we'll check in on the scores after this. Is Tom with a beautiful, about 45-foot bid, just high, and Clayton cleans up his 2. Our early fireworks here. This looks to be an exciting card.
Yeah, Clayton with a birdie. He's keeping himself in it, and of course Mike and Dutch are up at the top. They're going to be battling here.
Mike cleans up his par. It looks like everybody else is going to clean up. And as I mentioned, this is the only hole on Brewster Ridge that we're going to be playing. We're heading over to the 8 holes in Fox Run Meadows that are closest to the pro shop, which is holes 1 through 3, and then holes 14 through 18. And here we are. Dutch already narrows the gap from 3 to 2 on Mike, who is at 5 under par. And Clayton also does the same. He's right there with him as we come out to hole 1 on Fox Run Meadows Disc Golf Course. This is the setting of the final round of the Green Mountain Championship, and that was coming up right after this, Chris, as we look at this beautiful par 4 opening hole, 600 feet.
Yeah, Fox Run Meadows, we played Brewster Ridge in the morning, and then now we're out on Fox Run Meadows, so all the players get to see a lot of variety here as we see Dutch on the tee. And he makes a really nice shot. It looks really great, actually, and he's going to find himself in a good position.
Yeah, anything past that birch is a great spot to approach from. and he was well past that and even the next tree up. So he should have an easy approach. If you get a great drive on hole 1, you should be able to birdie it. Where Clayton is over on the right side, set back there, it's going to be a much tougher birdie, but as we know, he throws a lot of forehand, so he'll have a shot. See how Habets does.
Mike makes a really great move on this. Just a little touch on a leaf, but he is way up there.
Wow, that is actually a bomb. That's in one of the best positions I think many pros would be happy to be in that position actually off the tee.
Oh, boy. Jordan with a little bit of a shank there. He's going to find himself out of bounds. He's going to have to re-tee.
Yeah, he's pulled that right, but we'll let Tom kind of close up the normal order of tee before we see Jordan go again, and Tom puts it in bounds. He would have an option there to either re-tee or go to the drop zone if he did cross in. He may not have crossed in, so we see him re-tee. It looks a little straight here.
Yeah, it's turning over on him again, and he's going to find himself out of bounds, but he'll at least get to play up to where he crossed over the stakes there, so that's good.
Ouch, that's back-to-back OBs. Let's see if he can recover, and no, he's not able to, but hopefully we'll see him turn things around. It looks like Clayton's here, and I talked about that forehand that could get him in good position for another birdie look, and he does it. What a great shot around the tree. He's flirting with OB, but he wasn't in the best position as we see Jordan try to execute something similar.
Yeah, nice sidearm there with a really nice skip, and he'll be right around circle's edge there.
Yeah, that's much better from Jordan, and it looks like he's getting back on track. He's a great player. Everybody has those moments. But we see Tom Shanley, 15-year-old. We're not sure if he's 14 or 15, but we're going with 15. He hits the tree that's guarding the basket. He'll have about a circle's edge putt as we see Dutch try to continue his hot start here. He takes it a little wide.
Yeah, he's flirting with the OB line. He's in bounds, though, so he'll have a putt from there.
Yeah, he got knocked down. That's going to be another tough putt after that Flying Dutchman on hole 1, though. Anything seems possible as we see Mike approach with his third. Oh, no, that's his second, and he should have no trouble tapping in for birdie. He's so far up there.
We got Dutch on the knee. Oh, my gosh, he's banging putts.
Wow, 2 for 2. 2 great putts, 2 birdies. This time it doesn't look like he's going to gain a stroke on our leader as Mike Habets is right next to the basket, but that's impressive putting as we see Jordan's putt sail a little high. He's going to take a bigger number on this one as we watch Tom up here. I believe Tom's trying to knock this one down for birdie.
Comes up just short. Yeah, first time on camera for a lot of these guys, so you gotta fight through it.
Yeah, I wasn't actually out there with them as we see Clayton get his 3. Great 3, especially from that tough position off his drive. But did you see any nerves out there, Chris? You were on the bag for Jordan.
Yeah, definitely Jordan and Tom and Mike, really. Dutch is the only one that's really been on camera before. So, it's a new experience for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, it's great to have Jomez up and executing this event as well as we see Mike clean up his 3 and Jordan clean up a triple bogey. But, this is right before the Green Mountain Championship, so the course is in pretty good shape and ready for the Pro Tour to come through on their final stop before the championship.
Absolutely. The course was looking gorgeous. We had great weather. And, we got 3 birdies on that last hole. Pretty nice.
Yeah, and it was our 3 leaders. So we see a 2-stroke lead for Mike over Dutch and Clayton as we go to hole 2. This is a narrow gap. It's about 270 feet, and basically you just got to throw it straight and keep the disc up. It's really hard for competitors to keep the disc high enough for long enough, especially with OB behind it. A couple days later, Jomez did the fly-through, so you can see the Pro Tour raised basket there, which they were actually not playing on here, as Dutch pulls his right and gets knocked down early off the tee. Clayton, this is a tough hole for a forehand, Chris.
Yeah, you got to thread the needle, and he does, and you get over the rock there, and you got yourself a putt, which he does. So, pretty nice shot there from Clayton.
Yeah, might have to step out in the early grouping of trees. A little bit of a bunker there, but let's see how Habets does.
Yeah, that's a little too high and with too much hyzer, but he should be able to get up and down, knowing Mike.
So Tom Shanley now, can he hit the gap? That looks better, Chris.
That looks really nice over the rock. He's parked.
Wow, that's an incredible shot. Yeah, you just got to get over that and keep it up long enough. And Tom Tom's going to have a drop in there. Jordan looks like he's back on track now.
Really nice shot as well. He's also going to be parked. So a couple nice shots there from Jordan and Tom to keep the pressure on.
Showing some life at the bottom of this card. Maybe they'll crawl their way back into it as we see Dutch with a good upshot. I don't see Dutch throw forehand that much, but he already threw it off hole 1. I think that's part of his game he's been working on, but he looks real comfortable throwing that back in. Mike comes up a little short.
Yeah, he's going to have to make a putt there, as we see Clayton also with a little bit of a high putt there, but he'll be able to get in for 3. And Mike with a rare miss from inside the circle.
Yeah, we talked about Mike being one of the top players in New England. That's not normal to see him miss from there. But as you said, hey, a little bit of nerves. He's got a 2-stroke lead. He's on camera here as we see Clayton and Jordan clean up there. Jordan for 2 and Clayton for 3. And Tom will clean up for his birdie as well. And it looks like Mike Habets has given one back to the pars of Dutch and Clayton.
Yeah, so this is definitely tightening up. Hole 3 is birdieable. We'll see if one of them can make a move.
Yeah, there we are. You can see it's tight at the top. I don't know who I'm going to put my money on. I'm not sure who actually ended up winning. We were talking about this before and you didn't tell me, but we'll see. I think Mike could hang on, but it's going to be tight as we see another tunnel shot. This is a little wider, and there's definitely more diversity to what you're looking to do with your disc. You're not just looking to throw it straight down a tunnel. You have to have some touch. You got to slow the disc down because as we approach this basket, you'll see that it falls away and there's a drop off behind that runs down to OB. So let's see how Tom Shanley does.
Yeah, there is OB all along the right side, so you have to negotiate that as you see the stakes there. And Jordan avoids the OB, but a little bit too left. Hits a tree, a little short.
Yeah, both of them got knocked down about halfway there, so they're going to have to pitch up through that tunnel. This is kind of a beautiful archway, but you do have to throw the disc uphill and then get it to stop before it goes downhill. Wow, this one looking pretty good, but just catches a little wood on the way up. But he's about 2/3 of the way there. Let's see if anybody can get all the way. Here's Dutch.
Well, Dutch makes it through the tunnel, a little low, but it's clean and a pretty good shot, really.
Yeah, anything at the top of the hill will be looking at it with like a long putt, but it's much harder to actually bid for birdie unless you're within the circle because it does fall away so quickly as we see Mike hit early. That one looks clean.
Yeah, he's going to need this to slow down. And, oh, no, it's rolling out of bounds there. That's unfortunate. I'll have some work to do.
Yeah, and that's the slope behind the basket I was just referring to. Yeah, he's going to be putting uphill for 4, which is going to be tough as we see Jordan get knocked down just short.
Dutch with a up shot that needs to also slow down, and he's got himself a putt.
Yeah, he's curled up there, and we can see that even though this is a birdieable hole, it can cause a lot of havoc and difficulty for our competitors. As we see Tom lay up, and he's the only one with a tap-in par at this moment in time. Let's see if Jordan can do the same.
Yeah, Jordan needs to slow down, and it does. It hits a little tree, so he should be fine from there.
There we go, and we're moving to the putting green after Clayton's upshot here. Let's see if he can nestle it up. Ooh, a little ground action, a little camera.
Yeah, cameraman was jumping out of the way there on that one. Mike for 4. Just misses.
Wow. Our leader looks like he's taking a double bogey. So this is to take the lead now for Dutch.
My God. Turbo putt.
Another turbo, and he's on fire, I think officially on fire. Batman strikes again.
One of the better turbo putters I've ever seen. Pretty amazing, really.
Yeah, up there with Johnny McRae, I would guess, as another top turbo man.
Absolutely.
We see Clayton hit the band, so he's not going to join Dutch, but I think he's probably tying up Habets as we see Jordan clean up his par. I'm going to assume Tom's going to clean up his par here, and it looks like Dutch is going to be number 1.
Yeah.
with 2 tied behind him. It's going to be Mike and Clayton. So the third hole brings a lot of fireworks here as we move on to, we're going to jump over to hole 14 next. And typically after hole 3, we're moving out to the basin where the holes get bigger, longer, wide open, and there's some water hazards. But as we mentioned, we're going to stay, a little bit closer here and kind of go from there. So yeah, Dutch with the 1-stroke lead. Chris, what are you thinking?
Well, he's got a 1-stroke lead over Clayton and Mike, who are, locals here. So it's anybody's game. You got to get a couple birdies here, I think, and keep it inbounds down the stretch.
Well, this is certainly a birdie hole. We do have OB on the right and running behind the basket, but you want to basically start the discs fade right around the telephone pole and find a way to negotiate into this gap. And if you do, you'll probably have about a circle putt or maybe something even closer if you can wedge it all the way in there. So let's see how Tom Shanley does on this. Takes a little right, Chris.
Yeah, it's flirting with the OB, but he looks to be safe. He'll have a long putt from there.
Yeah, he's come back in. It looks like he's going to be about 40 feet, so not a bad spot. And Dutch, it looks like he's got the right height here, which is the key to this hole.
Yeah, nice skip. He's right there. Really nice shot.
Yeah, only 10 feet away. Should be able to clean that up. So he's pressing his advantage now that he's got the lead. Let's see if Clayton can respond.
Clayton with a sidearm. Extremely difficult sidearm.
Yeah, this is a tough sidearm hole. He really needs to maybe diversify his weapons to take the next step in his game as being an advanced player. I know he lit it up in Vermont, but he's pretty new to the game as well, as we see Jordan with a great backhand, skipping it up, catching the bunker on the left, rolling up. He should be able to have a putt there.
Yeah, Jordan with a nice shot there. He'll definitely have a putt. We'll see if Mike can answer.
Looks like Mike has gone a little too high. You got to keep it high enough to go over the knoll, but not too high to hit the canopy down here. So he hits a little early, and this is an interesting roll.
Wow.
I don't know if that was good or bad, but...
Yeah, that's hard to say. He didn't roll out of bounds, so that's good, but he's going to have a long putt.
Yeah. Clayton turning it in, hits a little early. Again, probably a better shot for a backhand approach there, but...
Yeah. It's extremely difficult to play a championship course like this with just a sidearm for the most part. So,
well, he's making it work. He's keeping up with Dutch for the most part here. As we see Mike just short. I think he really wanted that one because, he knows Dutch is pretty much parked here. Here's Tom. Oh, just spits out the left side. He's got a great putt on him for being a 15-year-old. Yeah,
Tom, he plays a lot. We play all winter. Tom comes out and plays. So he's gonna be real good.
Oh, Clayton with the lofted putt just coming up millimeters short. It looked like the front rim on that one.
Jordan with a really nice putt there.
And that's a nice 2 for Jordan. Jordan showing his skills as a great thrower, good putter, just great all-around disc golfer in Vermont here. And Dutch cleans up his birdie, so it's looking like he's expanding his lead as we see Clayton and Mike both looking like they're going to take pars. And there's Mike's par. Clayton, of course, is going to tap in here. And so looks like he's taking a 2-stroke lead to hole 15. These guys are going to have to pick up their game if they want to stay up with the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah.
As we've seen him throw his patent in turbo. And yeah, there it is. 5 under for Dutch, 3 under for Habets, and 2 under for Davis. So yeah. Head into 15. What do you think about this one? This is uphill. It's quite the pull.
It is. The uphill factor makes it a lot longer. It's tight at the end to get into the green. There's OB the whole way, which most of the holes out here have. So Mike and Clayton are going to need to throw a good drive to try to birdie this hole.
Yeah. And for me, designing the course, this is a collaborative design with Steve Brinster, but, Steve's not always here. So sometimes when I'm measuring out holes and throwing them, I'm thinking, well, as long as I can't reach it, maybe it's appropriate for the pro level. So as we watch, it's hit, it's rolled, and it's inbounds, hung on. But as we watch Dutch and these guys play it, this is really a pro level par 3. It takes a big pull to get it up there. Let's see if Jordan has the juice.
Yeah, it's definitely inbounds and up there, and he'll have a long putt. That's a good shot, safe and good distance there.
Yeah, that's about where I max out.
Yeah.
Tom can throw pretty far for a 15-year-old, but he's turned that one way over. Uh-oh. And he's in the out-of-bounds swath. A lot of these out-of-bounds markers are just signifying a wetland barrier that, we're really not allowed to go in. So a lot of this course just has natural OB like that the state regulates for us. So when you're seeing the markers, just so you know. But Mike with a powerful shot there.
Yeah, really nice shot. He's going to have a look for a birdie that he needs to make. See if Clayton can get up there with his sidearm.
And that looks short and out of bounds. That's like we said, it's quite the pull to get it even clear of that out of bounds where it turns. Tom with a great recovery shot. He's going to have a putt for 4 there. Not easy to punch it in through the window, especially after going OB. Let's see if Clayton can do the same.
Clayton with a really nice up shot, and he should be able to make easy work of that and tap in for 4.
Yeah, hopefully they both can clean up. It looks like Clayton's really fallen off the pace now. It looks like he'll be at least 4 behind after this hole. It's Jordan putting for 2. Just hits the last available.
Yeah, he's running for some of these. See if he can make a run here.
Well, why not? Nothing to lose here. Oh, Dutch with the glancing putt right off the rim. Now Habets, can he take advantage, Chris?
And he can. Maybe Dutch should have thrown a Flying Dutchman there because he's been nailing those. Mike may gain a stroke here.
And that's making a run at Dutch available to him. That was a huge putt for him. Great save for a bogey for Tom. We'll see how everybody else cleans up. Can Jordan? Yeah, he can. He can get his par. Nice work, Jordan. We're proud of you.
And Clayton taps in for 4.
So Clayton's basically fallen out of this at this point in time, and it's a 2-man race. We're talking about the leader coming in, Mike Habets, versus the current leader, Dutch Napier. And he's really taking his time with this one, Chris. Nerve-wracking.
Looks like he was having some fun there with the Jomez crew.
Throwing up the horns. Loving it. It's a beautiful day at Pothen Meadows at Smugglers Notch Resort. What do you have to be upset about? So it's a 1-stroke lead now between Mike Habets. And Mike is a great player, not just in Vermont, but across the region. He's had some accolades throughout the year. Is that right?
Yeah, he won the New England Flying Disc Association series this year. He also won our Vermont series, and he's from New Hampshire, and he won their series as well. So Mike had one of his best years ever. He's a really solid player.
Triple crown as we see the fly through of 16. This is a par 4, uphill dogleg. The right side and behind the basket's all OB. So a lot of people try to cut the corner. Let's see what Mike does.
Yeah, Mike is trying to cut the corner.
It's got to go.
And it's coming up short. He's out of bounds.
Wow, that is a big mistake. After clawing back within 1 of Dutch, he puts it right out of bounds and opens the door for Dutch to gain a stroke pretty easily here. Can he do it?
Yeah, Dutch looks like he's playing pretty safe, throwing a hyzer up. That's a good shot. Good place to be there.
Yeah, and so Dutch is taking firm control of this match. Just 1 throw after the gap was closed by Mike, as we see Jordan make the same mistake as Habets. And that's an easy mistake to make on this hole. When you're going uphill, you think the disc is going to move left more, but you run out of real estate quicker because it's uphill. And so we see a lot of people miss to the right as we see Tom make the adjustment and put it in bounds. Let's see how Clayton does.
Yeah, Clayton with another sidearm, and he's going to come up a little short. He's going to be tucked in behind that bush and the rock there. That's going to be difficult. But
before we see Clayton throw the 2 that went out of bounds early, Jordan, that's got to go. Hopefully that gets in bounds. Oh, and he gets lucky, bounced off like a bush or something, and he's in bounds. This is a big shot from Mike. I wonder if he's going to get aggressive. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, he has to. Here, looks a little too high. But that's going to be in bounds. That's going to be a tough putt to make there. Yeah,
he didn't cut enough of the corner to really have a easy putt, but he'll have a look. And he'll need that for a 4 and a par, I think, because Dutch is in a good position. As we see Clayton play up. Looks like Clayton's playing par golf on this one. 3 shots to the hole. Here's Dutch as a big shot.
Looks like it's got enough on it. And that is going to leave him just outside the circle's edge.
Circle's edge, yeah. And so he's done what he needed to do. He played that pretty safe as we watch Tom with the best drive of the bunch. Let's see if he can put it close.
Tom makes a nice move on this. A little skip, and he's there.
Outperforming a touring pro as a 15-year-old. Well, at least for that shot, right?
Yeah, Tom's really happy that he got in on this.
All right, there's Jordan. Jordan puts it a little deep. He's probably trying to cash everything he's throwing at this point in time. And here's Clayton for his 3.
With another sidearm.
Surprise.
Yeah, surprise.
Yeah, if he develops his backhand, he's going to be a formidable player in New England. And here's Mike just pitching it up. It looks like he's going to take his 5. So here's Dutch. This is really to take firm control. 3-stroke lead. Can he make it?
He's got it. Nice. Dutch is going to go into the last 2 holes with a nice little lead here.
So it's gone from 1 stroke to 3 strokes with 2 to go. See if Jordan can clean up. Ooh, looks like there actually is a little wind. It's a little headwind that might have caused his putt to rise up. You know, this week, headed into the GMC, was the nicest weather of the year, really, in Vermont. And during the event, it was super still. The wind just did not blow, and the scoring conditions were incredible as we saw Nate Dawson, Michael Johansson battle down the stretch, not unlike what we're watching here.
Yeah, we had some of the best weather of the year. As Jeff said, summer came late in Vermont this year, and so we were lucky enough to take advantage of that.
So here it is. We've got Tom and Jordan kind of bringing up the rear, but Clayton is on Mike's heels as we see a fly-through with AJ Risley dancing on the pad. The fly-through was done a couple days after this final 9 was shot, but this is a fun hole. This is where Dana Vici almost aced to tie Paul McBeth in last year's Pro Tour semifinals. It's a big hyzer, 400 feet. You got to get the disc high. You got to let it move left. And there's OB right and long, so it is a challenge. What's the shot shape you want here?
Yeah, you got to get it up in the air, but not too high in the air. It's a fine line here, and Dutch is coming up a little short, but he's going to have a putt from there. Pretty good shot.
I'll have a look at it for sure. Definitely not an easy putt, so maybe opening the door for Mike Habets to maybe gain 1 more back before going to the last hole, which is a score separator. Tom Shanley, even a little shorter, Chris.
Yeah, he's going to be in the woods just a little bit. Should be able to get up and down, but tough 2 from there.
Backhand, baby!
Hey!
Clayton Davis. That's not bad. I don't know why he doesn't throw it more often. Look at that.
Yeah,
that's not so bad. A little short,
but it's safe, and he that's key on these holes.
And Mike with an opportunity to gain maybe 1. That's looking good out of the hand. What do you think?
Yeah, that looks just about right. We'll see what it does at the end, and it is parked.
Wow.
Nice shot.
Not easy to do. I know it looks just like a big backhand hyzer, but you got to hit the right height, the right angle. And here's a FollowFlight. Beautiful around the corner, spiking in, and just nestling right next to the chins.
Really nice shot from Mike there. He needed that too, so.
Gotta love it. Here's Jordan. Attack mode. Ooh, looks a little deep.
Yeah, a little.
Gotta get it higher, right?
And, that's hard to say if that's in or not. It's right on the line.
We didn't get any indication from Jomez, but it looks like he's taking his meter either way. And a putt for par or bogey.
Yeah, it looks like he was OB.
No, par or birdie. Yeah, I think he was OB, so that was probably for par. Here's Tom for birdie. Just laying it up, looks like. It's a slippery green here.
Yeah, it's really tough to run at this hole. There's more elevation than you can tell here.
It's a good way to nestle it in right there. And here's a big putt.
Oh, look at this.
Keep his 3-stroke lead. Flying Dutchman. Let's go. Oh.
Making 3 of those for 9 holes would be pretty amazing.
Yeah, 3 for 3. We would have been in Johnny territory as we see Tom just come up a little short. And this is one of the most beautiful views, too, of the surrounding area. We've got Mount Mansfield. We've got the Sterling Range. We're right in the heart of the mountains. That's why we see so many of our touring pros enjoy their stay here and come back year after year. It's just a great natural setting and a great experience here at Smugglers Notch Resort. A full 3,000 bed resort right at the bottom of these mountains, and with 2 great courses around it. As we go into the final hole, what do you think, Chris? How do these competitors perform today?
Well, Mike's going to have to birdie this, there's no doubt, and Dutch would have to get in some trouble in order for Mike to win. Dutch just needs to play safe. This is a tough finishing hole with out of bounds on both sides, a beautiful finishing hole, which we will see next year some of our top junior and professional athletes finish on for the Pro Worlds and the United States Disc Golf Juniors Championship.
Yeah, that's right. We're really proud, both of us, to be involved in the PDGA Professional World Championship, which will be September 5th through 8th next year, as well as the first ever United States Junior Disc Golf Championship, in early August, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, as we see Mike. It looks like it's a pretty solid tee shot, Chris. What do you think?
Yeah, that's going to set him up good for probably a sidearm approach.
Looks like he was pushing about 500 feet down this hill. And here's Dutch. Oh, he's flirting with the OB on the right side. Will it come back? He needs it to come back. It's coming. Oh!
Man, I'm surprised he attacked it as wide as he did.
But it all worked out in the end for him. He was flirting with disaster there. If he had not come back in, he would open the door for Mike, as we see Clayton turn a forehand over. Uh-oh.
Oh, and it hits the Jomez bus, it looks like?
Yeah, it looks like he took out the Jomez RV. Sorry, in retrospect there, Jomez, but I'm sure you saw that and everything was okay. As we see Tom lace one down the same side as Dutch, and he is also safe. So our last competitor on the tee, Jordan Pothen, nothing to lose, and he rips it out there. How's it looking, Chris?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be all right. There's a lot of room over there, and maybe there's not that much room, but he's safe.
There is room, but he just used it all, I think.
Yeah.
But he is safe. Here's Clayton marked for OB, and that looks pretty good. Looks like it should settle down right around the tree. The tree is about 230 feet short of the basket. As we see Jordan, will he attack it? He gets it high. He's turning it over. Ooh.
Yeah, it stayed in bounds, clipped the tree.
Lucky break there. And here's Tom. He's going big hyzer over the out of bounds, over everything. This is a Simon Lizotte route, who I believe is Tom's idol. It spikes in and barely sticks. Wow.
Yeah, they call that a tombstone, and there it is.
Also a great movie, Tombstone. Let's see if Mike can nestle it in close. He really needs to get up and down to have any shot at this thing. Ooh.
A little short, yeah.
A little short, a little right, but still can make that for 3. So he's forcing Dutch to put this in bounds.
That was surprising for Mike. He's got a really solid sidearm, but came up a little short there.
Dutch looks to be about the same spot, maybe a little closer. So it looks like Dutch is going to walk this in from here. Although we did have some final drama on those drives, as we see the approach from Clayton and the approach from Jordan. Getting aggressive. That's a nice looking approach.
Yeah.
So as we watch our competitors clean up here, Chris, what do you expect to see out of the U.S. Junior Disc Golf Championship next year? It's going to be the first one ever. We're working with Kids Disc Golf on that one.
Yeah, Jeff and I and Kids Disc Golf and a few other key partners have been working hard on that, and we're going to have our top junior competitors here in Vermont in early August, a month before our top professional players come.
And we expect this guy right here banging an outside the circle putt to end 15-year-old Tom to be right in the heat, right in the thick of the U.S. Junior competition next year, as we see our champion, Dutch Napier of the Jomez Final Pro at Smugglers Notch Resort tap in for the win. Clayton with a nice putt to finish it up. Even though he's taking a bogey, we've got our friendly local pro, Jordan Potvin, looking to finish on a high note. Chris, what do you think?
Well, I think Jordan's ready to call it a day. He's having some fun, though. Smile on his face, putting lefty.
We saw some great shots from Jordan. It was great to watch him play on camera. And there's Mike Habets, not able to hang on, but again, basically one of the top pros in New England, enjoying his experience as well. And here are the final scores. We see Dutch at 7 down with a 3-shot victory over Mike. Clayton held on for 3rd, and Jordan 4th place. Of course, Tom, our wild card, got in. It was an exciting final 9. We saw a lot of great play out there.
Yeah, these guys put on a really fun show for us. Dutch with the Flying Dutchman and Mike from New Hampshire coming up here and playing, and then our locals, Jordan and Tom and Clayton.
Yeah, and so we're excited to have another video from Jomez. He put out some great video of the Green Mountain Championship, which was very exciting. Check that out, and make sure to check back in when you see the PDGA Professional Disc Golf World Championship here on this site next year for 2018. Thanks for tuning in, and from Vermont, this is Jeff Spring signing off.
Thanks for having us. Thanks, Jomez, and thanks, Jeff and Smugglers Notch Resort. We'll see you next year in Vermont.